Nessa girl, now I don't know why people just won't leave me alone. I was in here minding my business like I always do, gathering topics, getting ready to call y'all to make a YouTube video about Taraji and Vivica and Fantasia and who else I had on the list. The aliens in Miami and Torrei Hart going on tour with Katt Williams. And here come Tasha K calling me with damn Flame Monroe on the phone. I knew I shouldn't have answered the damn phone. Want to talk about it? Here it goes. Now, so girl, now if y'all go on my Instagram page, y'all see that I wrote a post saying, what do y'all want me to talk about right now? I'm getting ready to make a video. So I'm laying in the bed, gathering my content, getting ready to make a video, and my phone rings, and I look down at the phone, and it's Tasha K. And she says, hey, do you have 5 minutes to talk? And I said, yeah, what's up? And she was like, I got Flame on, but table that for a minute. Tasha called me either last night or the night before last, and she was saying, that she has a lot of respect for Flame. She has a lot of respect for me. And would I be open to having a conversation with Flame so we can extinguish this make-believe imaginary beef or whatever it is? And I told Tasha initially, I said, absolutely not. I said, conversations are for people who are trying to salvage relationships. I said, I don't have a relationship with Flame Monroe. I never met Flame. I don't know Flame. We're not in the same age bracket. We don't hang out with the same people. So me liking Flame or not liking Flame, Flame liking me or not liking me does not impact my life whatsoever. So no, I mean, there's nothing for Flame and I to have a conversation about. Towards the end of the conversation, Tasha asked me again, Q, would you be willing? I'm always willing to broker peace. So I was like, you know what, Tasha, fine. If Flame wants to talk, I'm open to talking. But let the record reflect, I don't have a problem with Flame Monroe. So Tasha just calls me right now, and she's like, hey, do you have 5 minutes? I'm like, yeah. She was like, I got Flame on the other line. I just, think y'all should have a conversation. So I'm like, all right, cool. And then, Tasha goes, this is off the record. And as me and Tasha are talking, she begins, she slips in there, I want to record this and y'all can do it for the culture. I said, absolutely not. I said, absolutely not. And then I hear Flame in the background saying, well, in a hostile tone, well, I don't want to talk. You can't throw rocks and hide your head. You do everything else public or whatever the case may be. And then I just said, girl, bye. And I hung up the phone. Regret the fact that I even answered it. And I'm addressing it now because I know it's going to become a thing. Even the simple fact that Tasha K called me with Flame and I refused to talk, it's going to become a headline. So I said, let me go ahead and get ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm telling this story. Here is why I have no interest in having a recorded conversation with Flame. I already see this for what it is. If your interest is to broker peace with me and us have some type of understanding, what are we doing it publicly for? I don't know Flame's intentions and I don't know Tasha's intentions, but I have no interest in putting on a show for the people. Because the only thing that's going to happen is me and Flame going to get to arguing while it's being recorded, and then now it's going to create this whole train of YouTube drama. I'm not interested in it. All right? I don't have a problem with Flame Monroe. Flame did an interview on The Breakfast Club that, in my opinion, was pandering to the straight people. It was very anti-LGBTQ, very anti-trans, in my opinion. I did a video on it. From my understanding, that video upset Flame. All right? And she has the right to be upset. And from that moment on, that was years ago, from that moment on, Flame has been going around saying the most inflammatory, ridiculous things about me, down to me being a meth head, a crackhead, all these different things that are not true. But I really don't care. I don't know this lady. As it relates to Fox Soul, when her name was brought up, I made the comment, that bitch will not be on this show as long as I'm sitting here. And I stand by that. In what world do you invite somebody onto your platform that talks shit about you on a consistent basis? Those are the only two references Flame Monroe or anyone has of me ever making any reference to Flame. So as far as this, I throw rocks and hide my hands, where are these rocks? I encourage anybody to please go online and find any video footage, any social media footage of me saying anything about Flame Monroe. I don't talk about Flame. I don't know that lady. And furthermore, I don't have a problem with you, Flame. I really don't. People think what I got going on with Fox Soul right now has something to do with Flame. I'm here to let y'all know, and I'm here to let Flame know. Flame, baby, this has nothing to do with you whatsoever. You are just being used as a pawn in a bigger game. I promise you, what's going on right now with me and whomever has nothing to do with Flame. Nothing to do with Flame. And since I'm already on the topic, you know, Flame, I'm here to let you know, baby girl, you know, the phone call you made on three-way to Al about, the bitch that said he'll never be on the show, I'll be sitting next to you Monday. Kudos to you, baby. Kudos to you. You don't have one up on me, baby. You're sitting in a seat that I vacated. I quit. And what I said held true. You will not be there as long as I'm there. And I'm gone. You can have it, baby girl. I walked away. And quiet as it's kept, you being there really didn't help them much because we saw the numbers last night and we saw my numbers. At this point, they're going to need Michelle Obama sitting in that damn seat to help them. Like I said, I'm saying it once, I'm saying it for the masses, and this is what I would have said to Flame on the phone. If what I did in that Breakfast Club interview offended you to the point, Flame, where you're still upset years later and you got to hurl insults and all these types of things, then I apologize. I do. Flame, I really do feel like sometimes your commentary about the community panders to the straights and is dangerous to the community. And if that offended you, Flame, I'm sorry. But let the record reflect, I do not have a problem with Flame Monroe. I do not have a problem with Flame Monroe. I do not have a problem with Flame Monroe. Flame Monroe, you, Fox Soul, and TGIF, I wish y'all all the best, baby. You can have a seat. You can have it. You could be in it. I'm gone. Do good, mama. Thank you and be blessed. Moving right along, child. The people is mad, honey. The people is mad, honey. They say they don't understand why Vivica Fox shaded Taraji. Now listen, I don't think Vivica Fox shaded Taraji. I think Vivica Fox didn't stand in solidarity with the movement because here's what the reality of the situation is. For those of y'all who know what I'm talking about, they asked Vivica, what did she think about what Taraji said? And I'm paraphrasing here. And Vivica basically was like, honey, I don't have those problems, or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, Vivica, I almost wish Vivica would have just remained silent. And it's also hard for me to believe that Vivica hasn't had those problems. I am of the belief that if you are black and you are in Hollywood, then you are Taraji P. Henson. All of us are Taraji in that situation. So I really just wish Vivica would have held her mule, just like I wish Fantasia would have held her mule. Fantasia was talking about the rental car situation, and Fantasia was like, I'm a Southern woman. I like to drive. Folks got to understand, while that may be good for you as an individual, it's not good for the collective. The rental car was just a figurehead or a placeholder for the fact that we were not receiving all the things that we should have been getting as actors on this project. And I just hate the fact that Fantasia could not think beyond herself in the literal rental car. So it's funny because you almost got two people who were like countering the movement that Taraji has started. And one has to ask, Is this because they don't want to get blacklisted? They don't want to be kicked out of the establishment? I don't know what it is, but I just wish that they wouldn't have did it. At best, they would have remained quiet and stood in solidarity with Taraji on this. Now, speaking of solidarity, is it messy or is it messy that Torrei Hart is now going on tour with Katt Williams, considering that Torrei is Katt's ex-wife and Katt has said the things that he said about Torrei? You know, it's funny, right? Because it's the intersection of when opportunity meets loyalty. And on one token, it's like, as an aspiring comedian, actor, actress, media personality, who would not want to go on tour and open for Katt Williams? On the other token, there's an argument that could be made that if Kevin did right by Torrei, she wouldn't have no reason to go on tour with Katt. Because one would like to think that Torrei was sitting in such a comfortable position that she would be like, no, I'm not going to do anything spiteful to my baby daddy and my ex-husband, because when I look around, he provides a good life for me and has provided a lot of great opportunities for me. Quiet as it's kept, with Torrei being the mother of Kevin's kids, you would have thought that Kevin would have put Torrei on in some spaces. I mean, low-key, that's the least you could do after she stood by you when y'all was working at Foot Locker, and then when you got on, you left her for somebody else. It would just seem to me just the big payback is that you would have put her on. Kind of how Kelsey Grammer decided to do Housewives to get Camille on, because he knew he was leaving her and she always kind of wanted to be a star, so he kind of wanted to set her up for success. I wish that Kevin would have set Torrei up for success, but it will be interesting to see how this is going to pan out, and I'm curious to know if part of Torrei's set is going to have anything to do with throwing shots at Kevin Hart. And last but not least, before I get rest, and go ahead and eat and rest before this 8 o'clock show, y'all been dying for me to talk about these aliens down in Miami, down at Bayside. And listen, the reason why I didn't feel the need to address it, y'all, is because it's just preposterous. It's just stupid. I overheard somebody arguing with somebody saying, well, if there were aliens, why don't people have footage of it? And one person was straight up saying the police was taking people's phones and deleting the videos. Now, let me walk you through this. The aliens invaded us out of nowhere. And you mean to suggest that in the blink of an eye, the police department figured out we need to stand in solidarity and protect this situation, and we going to delete the videos off people's phone? You don't think the police would be scared? We've never seen extraterrestrial life. Secondly, baby, the National Guard and the Army handles alien encounters. Not these local $50,000, 6 months worth of training Miami-Dade County Cuban police officers. Thirdly, if the aliens was going to come somewhere, they probably would have went to New York or whatever. Like, it's just weird to me that y'all are willing to just believe anything based on how much lighting there is in the Bayside area, which is downtown Miami, the angle from which the video was taken, the lights. It was just what the police department said. There were big shadows cast from people walking in smoke. But I get it. We just live in a world where people just need to believe anything. And I guess y'all, but I'm just going to need a little more proof than y'all conspiracy theorists talking about what it is y'all talking about. Anyway, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. I just wanted to hop on real quick and get y'all a little yang before the night. Now, I'll see y'all tonight at 8 o'clock. Bye.